Hi everyone, welcome back to your 30 days of Hypopressives. Today's day 9 and again we're just carrying on with our core focus flows, and this one we're going to be looking at a bit more control with trying to keep the vacuum through the poses even when we're moving into either a different position or the position gets a little bit harder. So you could have your hands around your ribs for some of these, but otherwise you've got the arm positions as well. Okay, so we're going to start off in standing position. Your feet are going to be a hand length apart, and then you want to stretch your toes out and relax them. Knees a little bit soft, pelvis in neutral. Ribs are going to be stacked over the pelvis, and we're going to bring the arms into this position where the palms are forwards. Rotate so the palms are behind, really nice and tall, chin back, and just bring your balance point a tiny bit forwards. Make sure that you aren't coming through like this with your shoulders, that you're really nice and upright there so the ribs are stacked. Okay, so when you're ready, nice steady breath in. Exhale and lengthen. Breathing into the sides and into your back. And exhale. One more here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Arms are coming up to the top, nice and slowly. Draw the shoulders down here. Keep the ribs nice and open. Keep that balance point a tiny bit forwards. And then inhale. Exhale, bring your arms back down. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Arms are coming up. So you're going to reach towards your fingertips. Draw the shoulders down. Eyes are still ahead. Check your head hasn't come forwards. Keep that balance point forwards. And then inhale. Exhale, bring your arms down. Lovely. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. And this time we're going to come up really nice and controlled onto tiptoes. Bring the arms up all the way to the top, reaching towards your fingertips. Draw the shoulders down. Check in with your rib stretch. And then inhale. Exhale, bring your arms down. A little bit more with the tiptoes. Inhale, coming up onto tiptoes. Exhale, coming down. Nice and controlled. And then 1 more. Inhale, coming up onto tiptoes. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, and then it'll be coming up onto tiptoes as well as bringing the arms up. Draw the shoulders down, eyes ahead. Keep those knees a little bit soft. Lovely. Inhale when you're ready. So we're going to do the knee drop lunge now. So the variation of this would be just to do like a standard lunge with asymmetrical arms if you want to. If you want to do the knee drop lunge, bring your foot back so that when you bring that knee down, you know you're in a good position there. Knee should be below the pelvis, really nice and upright, and then your knee above the ankle at the front. You can also come down sort of almost halfway if that's going to suit you better. Okay, so hands in first position, nice and long through the top of the head. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. So you're going to drop that knee down. Make sure you've got a really lovely stretch through the ribs still. Bring your arms up to the top. This is going to feel quite core through the vacuum. So you'll feel like you're working quite hard in this position, even if you're keeping your ribs nice and open. Inhale. Exhale back into that long position there. Again, 2 breaths, pelvis facing forwards. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, dropping that knee down, or choose your finishing position. Arms are coming up nice and slowly, or you can have your hands here to just check that your ribs are staying open, but this is much harder here. And then inhale, exhale. So back into standing, and again, find your position if you're going to come down into the knee drop lunge here. Okay, so, and again, find that long position, pelvis forwards, shoulders forwards, eye line is slightly down ahead of you. Inhale, exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. So again, dropping that knee down, you want to be nice and upright through the torso. If you're coming all the way down, arms are going to come up all the way to the top. Keep your ribs nice and open, shoulders down. As I said, it's going to feel very core. Like your core's working really hard here. And then inhale, exhale, and also you'll get a shorter breath hold for these ones. Okay, so inhale, exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, dropping that knee down. Nice and tall, shoulders back, arms are coming up to the top. Keep those ribs stacked over the pelvis. Make sure you haven't brought the back of your back back. And then inhale when you're ready. And exhale back into the starting position. So we're going to come down into fourth diver position here, and then we're going to transition into the 90-90 kneeling. So looking up towards your belly button, nice curve through your back there as if you've rolled over something, shoulders back and away from your ears there. Inhale, exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. So we're just going to pop the hands down, kneel down, one or both knees coming down and then coming up. Okay, and then we're going to bring the left leg forwards here. So it's a lovely 90-90 kneeling position. Pelvis is forward, shoulders are forwards. We're going to have the hands in first position here. Nice big breath in. Exhale and lengthen. Keep your shoulders down as you're breathing in. Inhale through the sides of the rib cage and into the back. And exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, and we're going to bring both arms up to the top here. Draw the shoulders down, eyes ahead. And then inhale when you're ready. And then we're going to bring the hands back down into first position. One more set here with 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, arms coming up all the way to the top. Draw your shoulders down. Eyes ahead. Inhale. When you're ready, arms are coming down, and then we'll bring the right leg forward. Pelvis is facing forwards. Nice and tall. Pop a little bit of padding under that knee if you need to. Hands in first position. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, arms coming up to the top. Draw your shoulders down. Chin back. Lovely. Inhale when you're ready, bring the arms down. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath, stretch your ribs, and again, maintaining that control through the vacuum as you bring your arms up. Draw the shoulders down. Again, there's a lot going on with this pose in terms of balance and the core just automatically kind of engaging and working for you there. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to come into quadruped position, and what we're going to do is a short rock back, and then we're going to come into a hover, and we're going to do this 3 times. So make sure you're in a nice lengthened position for the quadruped. So we're going to inhale, rock back without tucking. Exhale, forwards back into quadruped. And then one more breath, so rocking back. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. So try to keep the ribs open as you load through and come up. It's harder just to come to here. It's actually a bit easier to come a little bit higher. It's going to feel very core here. You may not feel the rib stretch at all, but you should still be maintaining a little bit of a hollowing of the belly there. Inhale, exhale, come down. Okay, lovely. So inhale, rocking back. Exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, and then loading through and lifting. Again, you'll just feel the core engagement there. Try to keep the ribs open. Inhale. Exhale, come down. If you want to have an extra rest breath, then do. That's fine. And then we'll do 2 breaths for the last one in this position. Inhale, rocking back. Exhale. One more. Exhale, forwards into quadruped. Hold your breath, stretch your ribs, and then loading through and lifting. Lovely. Inhale, exhale, come down, and then we're going to pop into the elbows down position, looking towards your knees there. So again, this is going to be quite a tricky one to feel the vacuum, but try to keep your ribs open. So nice big breath in. Exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, so loading through the arms, just a little bit there, and then you're just going to lift the knees off the floor. Feel your core working deeply here with the vacuum. Inhale, exhale, come down. And then we're going to do one more here, so 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath, stretch your ribs, and then coming forwards, just sort of loading through the arms and then lifting the knees there. This is really hard. Hold this for as long as is comfortable. Inhale, exhale, come down. And then we're just going to slowly come back, and we're going to do legs extended position now. So this one is, this was quite a challenging one. Do sit on some blocks or a couple of books if you want to. But basically, when you're up in this position, you don't want to be rolling back like this. And you want to be straight up rather than leaning forwards or back. Okay, so we're going to have the arms in the low V position. I'm just going to move my mat just a little bit, give myself a bit more space. So palms facing behind here, nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Arms are coming up to the top. Nice and slowly, draw the shoulders down. Keep the ribs nice and wide. Should feel a little bit of tugging in the throat for these upright poses. Lovely. And then inhale when you're ready. Exhale, arms are coming down, palms facing forwards. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Rotate so the palms are behind. Arms are coming up to the top. Draw the shoulders down there. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale. Exhale, bring the arms down, and then just one final one here with 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, and then arms coming up to the top. Draw the shoulders down, keep your chin back. Nice and tall there. And then inhale when you're ready. Bring your arms down. Relax your legs. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 10. Let me know how you're getting on in the comments below the video. I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Bye.